Welcome to Digitized, television for gamers by gamers. What a better way to start off our show today than by honoring one of the best video game series of all time, The Legend of Zelda. On this show, we'll take an in-depth look at Nintendo's next installation in the series, Twilight Princess, and take a look back at the history of Zelda in our showcase. Also on our show today, we'll take a look at Sony's delay of the PlayStation 3, EA's The Godfather, and dissect Microsoft versus Sony in the next-gen console wars. This and more today on Digitized.
Hello, and welcome to Gamers Television here on Digitized. I'm Jeremy, and standing alongside me here is Justin. We'll be your hosts for the next hour as we dive into what's important to gamers, brought to you by gamers.
Grand Theft Auto may be heading to LAN servers everywhere. Can you say massively multiplayered and online, baby? Rockstar North, creators of the GTA franchise, have posted positions on their website which state they are looking to expand their teams with the addition of network programmers which specialize in code that allows for multiplayer gaming via LAN, wireless connection, or online. The postings are listed to be located at the Rockstar Edinburgh, Scotland headquarters and not at their handheld-based facility, Rockstar Leeds, adding to the speculation of a game in development for console or PC. All speculation aside, nothing official has yet to be released by Rockstar. Until that happens, any and all reports will remain just that, speculation.
Although Infinium Labs' console has yet to launch, it appears that the former CEO Timothy Roberts wanted to begin making money on the machine anyway. Being investigated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, Roberts allegedly worked with a stock promoter in 2004 to send out false information about the Phantom, including a guarantee of a January 2005 launch date. Nearly a year and a half later, the Phantom has not launched and was not present at either the 2005 or 2006 EA conventions. As for the investors, they bit hard on the Phantom, and Infinium stock immediately ballooned. Roberts then allegedly sold 1.3 million shares in the company stock, making over $422,000 on the exchange. Infinium did recently release news about a new product, although not the Phantom, but a wireless keyboard with integrated mousepad. Seems they've given up on the Phantom altogether.
Electronic Arts announces Battlefield 2142, a futuristic action game hosted by the next Ice Age? With Battlefield 2 being out over a year now, EA is looking beyond and moving forward with Battlefield 2142. Building off of the popular series, this new rendition is set during the next Ice Age, in which most of the Earth is now uninhabitable, leaving two global superpowers to fight for that which is. New features will be included in this game like mechs, EMP grenades, cloaking devices, and much more. It still has not been made public if 2142 will have an actual single-player story mode, as the game trailer seems to hint at. However, with 64-player action leading the way, we're sure this game will prove to be just as addictive as its latest counterpart. You can find more information at EA's press release coverage of Battlefield 2142 at info.ea.com.
And last but not least, in an announcement of epic proportion, Sony has stated they will stop manufacturing PS1 consoles immediately. The termination in production came in light of the recently announced emulation of PlayStation 1 and 2 games on Sony's next generation PlayStation 3, as well as PS1 games to be re-released on the PSP. Salute. Thank you for the many wonderful years and single-handedly bringing adult gaming for home console forefront. May you rest in peace.
Hoorah.
And those are your headlines. We'll be right back with our old school flashback and The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Don't go away. Welcome back to Digitized. Each week we'll take you back in time with a segment we like to call Old School Flashback, where we'll re-review a game from back in the day and let you know if it's worth pulling out of that box you got in the shed.
For today's flashback, we'll bring you the old school hit Wolfenstein. This is the game that started it all. The birth of the first-person shooter all began with Wolfenstein 3D. When released way back in 1992, the concept of an FPS did not exist. In its wake, Wolfenstein 3D would launch a totally new genre of games, many of which have become among the most popular games in the world today. Although not the greatest in the world, there is still something appealing or rather nostalgic about both the graphic and sound effects. Hearing the Nazis yell "Halt!" or "Gestapo!" as you enter a room makes it all the more fun to take them all down. The gun sound effects are pretty good as well. The learning curve is pretty straightforward. Just point your gun at anything that moves and shoot it. Then look at the secret rooms and pick up anything on the floor that you're able to. For a time period, this was elite, and I rated it an A. Way back in the day, it was a blast to play. Today, it's still pretty fun and amusing to try to beat the game all over again and re-find all the secret rooms. Gameplay is a cinch, so picking the game up after a while and jumping right back into it is no problem. So for the gameplay itself, I give it a B rating. While it's fun to reminisce for a while, once you have rebeaten the game, there's not much more to do except to move on to the next big old school first-person shooter of the time, Doom. And because of that, replayability gets a C-. Controls of the game are one of the not-so-strong spots. While a decent attempt to being flexible, they do allow the utilization of either the mouse, keyboard, or joystick. You may fight them a little at the beginning, but nothing you can't get used to with a little customization. But even after customizing them, the controls are still a C-. I can remember spending a lot of time playing this game way back when. Even though I did beat the game then, when revisiting the game for review, I found it difficult not to play it until the end. If you have ever played the game before, despite its aged graphics and character limitations, you still might find some addictiveness factor to it. C+. This was a groundbreaking game into an unexplored genre back in 1992, and it set the path that many gamers would thoroughly enjoy taking into the realm of the first-person shooter. Today, Wolfenstein's popularity has even spawned sequels to the original. As for the original Wolfenstein 3D, it was a great game to play back then, and it's still a solid and fun game to play today. So overall, I give this game a B-. Well,